Welcome to Star Citizen. So today we're doing a simple review on Constellation Taurus. Taurus is a transport variant of the Constellation series. There are four main variants of this ship. The Constellation Andromeda, which is the medium freight gunship. Then we have the Constellation Aquila, which is expedition exploration. And we also have the Constellation Phoenix, which is a luxury, and the Phoenix Emerald, which is a sub-variant of that. And today we're going over Taurus, which is a transport variant. It's got the biggest amount of cargo space. Now all of these variants actually come with a lot of powerful weapons, all size 4s. And each variant does have two turrets. Only difference being that for Andromeda, they're gun turrets. For Aquila, one of them is a scanning turret. For Taurus, one of them is a tractor beam turret, which currently does not work. And for Phoenix, it's also gun turrets. Each of them is a little bit different, but they still pretty much are the same. But today we're talking about Taurus. So this one is actually a bit longer than other variants of the Constellation series. And compared to others, it does not come with a snob, which the others do have. It's also the cheapest of the Constellation ships, for both AUEC or real money. And it's the only one of the Constellation ships that actually comes with industrial grade components, while the other ships of the series have civilian grade C components. The weapons on the Taurus are the same as Andromeda's laser repeaters CF-447 Rhino. And sadly, because it does not have a snob, there is a bit of extra cargo space back where the snob used to be. It's not really a combat ship, although you can try and use it as such. It's more meant for delivering cargo. On the inside, it looks fairly standard to other variants, having similar deck, similar gun turret positions, similar habitation area for the crew. This area usually is pretty much the same in all of these variants. It's not too much different, although there may be slight minor differences. Now, the cargo area is the main part of this ship. If you have flown this ship long enough, or well, seen other Constellation ships side by side, you notice that this is actually really long compared to the other variants. It's on the count of this ship having more cargo space. It just doesn't come out of the space of the rockets, which still were there. It is just the extended variant of the regular Constellation series. Airlocks and all the rest are still in the similar place, and there is still an area at the end of the ship where the snob fighter used to be for the other variants. Instead, you can fit a couple of extra crates in the back. Perhaps the biggest downside in resilience is that this ship has less health than other similar variants of Constellation series. The cargo area is pretty big, you can fit rover or several small vehicles in there. I did even try with my little medical ship to see if it would fit, but as I feared, it was a bit too tight. So even though the cargo area looks as if it has quite a lot of room in there, it is a tight fit, so you can't really put these long beasts in there. I guess the ship's biggest strength is its ability to have 174 SCU boxes on board, so that is quite a bit. And you can actually make decent money using this ship for trading. All of this left aside, would I change anything in the ship's loadout? I wouldn't change the weapons and most of the components. Only thing I truly would change is the quantum drive and perhaps make it military, because this ship can definitely afford spending huge amount of fuel to travel fast. If I would explain it, I'd say it's one of those mediocre sized cargo ships. Even though it can be referred to as heavy freight, 174 boxes is mediocre. 60 to 100, that might be light freight. But 100 to 300, that is mediocre. And everything above that is really darn good. I like the cargo space, but that's pretty much the only thing this is good for. If you're trying to carry some heavy duty vehicles, yeah, it's gonna need a bigger ship. This ain't gonna work. But I guess the ship is pretty much strictly referred to as the trading role. It is significantly weaker than its other variants. It does offer roughly the same amount of firepower. It does have more cargo area. It does not get a snob, and instead of lower turret, you do get the tractor beam. It's a nice ship, and it, well, may not hurt your wallet as much as the other variants. Still, I'm not sure I would definitely pick this one, but there really aren't that many ships that have over 150 units of cargo space. You do have the extremely big ones, which have around 500, 700, but you don't really have that many of this size. And that, I think, is a good thing, that this ship brings this to the table. It has more cargo space than the other ships that are considered this size. It's still a beautiful Constellation ship, and if you want to do trading in a mediocre spot, I think this is a pretty good option for that. Anyway, thanks for watching.